Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are diving deep into the tangled web of secrets, betrayals, and shocking revelations unfolding in Port Charles. If you thought last week's events were dramatic, buckle up, because the latest developments will leave you on the edge of your seat. From desperate resuscitation attempts to unexpected alliances and mysterious disappearances, today's breakdown of General Hospital's upcoming episode will keep you hooked. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's dissect every twist and turn that's about to shake the lives of our favorite characters. Lucky Spencer's life hangs by a thread at General Hospital. Time is running out for Lucky Spencer. The deadly effects of digitalis poisoning have taken hold, and despite the best efforts of the hospital's medical team, his condition remains critical. Inside the ICU, the tension is palpable. Elizabeth Baldwin stands at Lucky's bedside, gripping his hand tightly, whispering desperate pleas for him to stay with her. The memories of their shared past flash through her mind, their love, their heartbreak, their resilience. But now, none of it matters if he doesn't wake up. In the hallway outside, Lucky's young son, Aidan Weber, clings to Elizabeth's arm, his small frame shaking with fear. "Dad's dying," he sobs, his voice trembling with devastation. The words hit like a punch to the gut. Standing nearby, Laura Collins and Lulu Spencer exchange concerned glances. Laura, ever the strong matriarch, kneels down, smoothing Aidan's hair. "Sweetheart, we have to believe in the doctors. Your dad is a fighter." But even she isn't sure if faith will be enough this time. Inside the ICU, Dr. Isaiah Gannon and Portia Robinson work frantically. Lucky's heart monitor emits a steady, ominous beep, a flatline. "We're losing him," Isaiah shouts. Portia wastes no time. She charges the defibrillator, pressing the paddles against his chest. "Clear," she shouts, sending an electric jolt through Lucky's body. Silence. No response. Isaiah swallows hard, checking for any sign of recovery. They can't lose him, not like this. Elizabeth stands frozen, staring at the love of her life as he hovers between life and death. Will Lucky Spencer get lucky one last time? Jason Morgan's shocking proposal to Drew Quartermaine. Meanwhile, across town, Drew Quartermaine stands in stunned silence in the home he recently bought for himself, Willow Corinthos, and their children. He wasn't expecting company, least of all, his estranged twin, Jason Morgan. Jason's arrival is anything but casual. He has come with a proposition, one that could change the course of their relationship forever. "I'm here to call a truce," Jason says plainly, his steely blue eyes locking onto Drew's. Drew's brows furrow in suspicion. A truce? After everything? After all the betrayals, the stolen identities, and the unspoken resentments that simmered between them for years? Why now? Drew demands, arms crossed. What's changed? Jason exhales, his expression unreadable. "Sam," he finally says. The name alone carries weight. Sam McCall. The woman they both loved. The woman who is now gone. Jason explains that before her death, he made a promise at her grave, to put family first, to put Danny Morgan first. That meant burying old grievances, no matter how deep they ran. That meant setting aside their differences for the sake of Scout Quartermaine, too. Drew listens, his emotions warring within him. Can he trust Jason? Can he truly put the past behind him? Or is this just another calculated move by his brother? The room feels charged, a battlefield without weapons. One wrong word, and this peace offering could shatter before it even begins. The hunt for Cyrus Renault, or is it too late? While some seek peace, others seek justice, or vengeance. Cyrus Renault is a wanted man, but the real question is he still alive? Law enforcement is on high alert. Dante Falconeri and Anna Devane strategize, their minds sharp and focused. He can run, Dante growls, gripping his coffee mug so tightly his knuckles turn white, but there's no way that bastard can hide. Anna smirks, nodding in agreement. But deep down, she wonders, what if he's already been taken care of? Jordan Ashford is already digging into historical case files, looking for any patterns in Cyrus's past movements. But her gut tells her something isn't adding up. The problem isn't just finding him, it's what happens when they do. Meanwhile, Jack Brennan is keeping secrets of his own. He knows more than he's letting on. More importantly, he knows what really happened to Cyrus. But will he ever tell? And then there's Jocelyn Jacks, who might be in deeper trouble than she realizes. She had acted in self-defense. That much was certain. She had no choice but to shoot Cyrus Renaud. The man had come at her with an axe, for God's sake. But here's the problem, she wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Jocelyn had broken into Cyrus's cabin, rifled through his belongings, looking for incriminating evidence. She had left her fingerprints all over everything, including the hospital bracelets she found, bracelets Cyrus had kept as some kind of twisted trophies. And now? Now, Cyrus was missing. Before the police could even decide what to do, Brennan had turned to Jocelyn with an unsettling suggestion. "We could call the authorities," he said carefully. "Or we could take care of this ourselves." Jocelyn's blood ran cold. Take care of it how? What exactly was Brennan suggesting? A cover-up? A clean-up? Making sure Cyrus Renaud never resurfaced again? She had thought shooting him was the hard part. She was wrong. Brooke Lynn's buried secret finally comes to light as the storm brews in one part of town, another long-held secret threatens to unravel in another. At home, Brooke Lynn Chase stands before Harrison Chase, her heart pounding in her chest. She can barely meet his gaze. For years, she had kept this secret buried deep. But now, it was out in the open. "You got pregnant as a teenager," Chase repeats, his voice laced with disbelief. "And you've been carrying this secret ever since?" Brooke Lynn nods, her eyes welling with tears. She doesn't know what's worse, the shame of keeping the truth from him for so long or the fear of what will happen next. Chase is still processing, struggling to wrap his head around the revelation. "Who was he?" he finally asks. Brooke Lynn hesitates. "Dante Falconeri." Will she tell him the truth? Or will she rewrite history, keeping Dante's name out of it? Her hands tremble. She knows what's at stake. One wrong move, and she could lose Chase forever. Port Charles is on the brink of chaos, and secrets are unraveling faster than ever. Will Lucky Spencer survive? Will Jason and Drew mend their fractured bond? Will Jocelyn's crime come back to haunt her? And will Brooke Lynn finally tell the truth? Next, we're diving into some explosive developments in General Hospital, a surprising turn of events that no one saw coming. Fans who have followed the behind-the-scenes drama will be shocked to learn that Nancy Lee Grahn and Steve Burton are now sharing scenes together, something that once seemed impossible. What changed? How did we get to this moment? And what does it mean for the future of General Hospital? Let's break it all down. A shocking reunion, Nancy Lee Grahn and Steve Burton share the screen again. For years, General Hospital fans believed that certain on-screen pairings would never happen again due to real-life controversies. But, as we all know, Port Charles is a place of endless surprises, both on and off the screen. Nancy Lee Grahn, known for her outspoken views, had been very clear in the past about her stance regarding COVID-19 vaccinations. She had expressed strong opposition to working with unvaccinated co-stars, a position that became particularly relevant when both Steve Burton and Ingo Rademacher were let go from the soap after refusing to comply with ABC's vaccine mandate. At the time, it seemed like an unbridgeable divide had formed. Fans wondered if they would ever see Jason Morgan and Alexis Davis share a scene again. Many had accepted that it was unlikely until now. What led to the unexpected change? So, what happened? How did this supposed impasse come to an end? While neither Grahn nor Burton have publicly addressed the shift in dynamics, one thing is clear: General Hospital is in the business of storytelling first, and sometimes, real-world conflicts take a back seat to the needs of the show. Speculation among insiders suggests that both actors have chosen to prioritize the integrity of the story over personal disagreements. Some fans theorize that the growing popularity of Jason Morgan's return made it inevitable that he would cross paths with Alexis Davis. Others believe that time simply softened tensions, allowing for a professional working relationship to resume. Either way, the moment has arrived. Alexis and Jason are back in scenes together, and the implications for the storyline are massive. Alexis Davis and Jason Morgan, a new chapter begins. In a pivotal scene during the latest episode, Alexis Davis confronted Jason Morgan with a desperate vow: she would do whatever it took to find Cyrus Renault and make him pay for Sam McCall's murder. For Alexis, this mission is deeply personal. Sam was more than just her daughter, she was her heart, her reason for fighting. Losing her in such a brutal way has left Alexis shattered, and she refuses to let Cyrus get away with it. But, as much as she wants revenge, Alexis knows she can't do this alone. That's where Jason comes in. Jason Morgan has always been a man of action. While Alexis operates within the confines of the law, Jason has no such restrictions. If there is one person in Port Charles who can track down Cyrus Renault and ensure justice is served, it's Jason. The question is, will Alexis be able to live with the way Jason handles things? Justice, in his world, doesn't always mean due process. It often means retribution. The history between Alexis and Jason, why this reunion matters. Longtime fans of General Hospital know that Alexis and Jason's relationship has always been complicated. Their paths have crossed countless times over the years, often in morally gray situations. Alexis, a legal powerhouse and former attorney, has spent her career trying to uphold the law, while Jason, a man deeply entrenched in the criminal underworld, has operated outside of it. They've clashed over ethics, alliances, and family, but they've also shared moments of unexpected understanding. This latest chapter brings them back together under dire circumstances. Alexis is on a mission for justice, but is she willing to cross lines she never thought she would? And how far is Jason willing to go to give her the closure she seeks? What this means for the future of General Hospital. Now that Nancy Lee Grahn and Steve Burton are back in scenes together, fans can't help but wonder, will this be a one-time event, or will we see more of Alexis and Jason in the coming months? There's a lot of potential for this unexpected alliance to shake things up in Port Charles. Could Alexis find herself pulled into Jason's world more than she ever intended? Will Jason's methods create new complications for her? And, most importantly, will their hunt for Cyrus Renault lead them down a path neither of them can turn back from? The bigger picture, why fans are excited. Beyond the story itself, this reunion marks a significant shift in the General Hospital landscape. It's a reminder that in soap operas, nothing is ever truly off the table. Relationships evolve, feuds fade, and new storylines demand new dynamics. Some fans have expressed surprise at this development, while others are thrilled. Many are eager to see how Alexis and Jason's renewed connection will play out, while others are simply happy to see the actors working together again. Regardless of personal opinions on past controversies, one thing is certain, this storyline is setting up something big. Final thoughts, will Jason get the job done? At the end of the day, General Hospital thrives on unpredictability. Just when you think you know where things are headed, the show throws a curveball. Will Jason find Cyrus Renaud and bring him to justice? Or will Alexis realize that justice, in Jason's world, comes at a price she isn't willing to pay? And beyond the storyline, will this on-screen partnership between Nancy Lee Grahn and Steve Burton lead to even bigger developments behind the scenes? One thing's for sure, fans won't want to miss a single episode. That's all for today, guys. What do you think about this shocking reunion? Are you excited to see more of Alexis and Jason working together, or do you think this storyline will end in disaster? Next, we have a wild ride ahead of us as we dive into the latest General Hospital spoilers. The streets of Port Charles are buzzing with speculation about Jason Morgan's next move, Sonny Corinthos' vulnerability, and a dangerous game that could cost them everything. With Natalia Ramirez's past looming over their lives like a storm cloud, tensions are at an all-time high. Could she be the key to a lurking danger no one saw coming? Let's unravel the mystery together. Will Sonny cut Natalia loose? The drama is reaching a boiling point as Jason Morgan begins to piece together Natalia Ramirez's past. His usual instincts, ones that have kept Sonny Corinthos safe for decades, have been oddly silent regarding her. Jason hasn't lifted a finger to investigate her background, an oversight completely out of character for him. But all that is about to change. What he's likely to uncover is far more than just a few questionable associations. A bombshell revelation is on the horizon. Natalia Ramirez isn't just hiding secrets, she was once married to Jens Sidwell, a man whose reputation sends shivers down the spine of even the most hardened criminals. How will Sonny react when this truth is thrown into the open? Natalia has been nothing but supportive of him during his recent health struggles. But trust, once fractured, is not so easily repaired. Will Sonny believe in her sincerity, or will this revelation prove to be the final straw that pushes her out of his life for good? If Jason presents undeniable evidence of Natalia's past, Sonny will be left with an impossible decision. Does he keep her by his side and risk being blindsided, or does he remove her from his life before Sidwell can make his move? Sonny's greatest vulnerability, a ticking time bomb. Sonny Corinthos is no stranger to danger, but for the first time in a long while, he's fighting a battle that he can't just shoot his way out of. The Kingpin has recently discovered that he requires major heart surgery due to lingering damage from a gunshot wound suffered years ago. But the surgery isn't immediate, he has to wait 3 agonizing months before doctors can operate. 3 months in which he is weaker than he's ever been. 3 months where his enemies could sense his vulnerability and take advantage. 3 months in which a predator like Jens Sidwell could strike. This isn't just a minor setback, it's a glaring opportunity for those who have been waiting for the right moment to bring Sonny down. And what's even worse? If Natalia Ramirez has been planted in Sonny's life as a pawn, he might already be playing into the hands of a much bigger and more dangerous game than he realizes. Could her presence in his life be mere coincidence? Or has Sidwell orchestrated the perfect setup to take Sonny down while he's at his weakest? Who is Jens Sidwell, and why is he the ultimate threat? If you haven't heard of Jens Sidwell, you haven't been paying attention to the underworld of General Hospital. This is not just a common criminal or an ambitious con artist. Sidwell is one of the most notorious international jewel thieves in existence, a man whose history is riddled with high-profile heists, disappearing fortunes, and corpses left in his wake. Unlike other criminals who rely on brute force, Sidwell's tactics are surgical. He infiltrates, manipulates, and eliminates with precision. There is no hesitation in his actions, no second chances for those who get in his way. And now, he might have just found his perfect inroad to the Corinthos Empire, through Natalia Ramirez. If Natalia's past connection to Sidwell is more than just a forgotten chapter of her life, if she's still under his influence, then Sonny is in far greater danger than he even realizes. Jason Morgan finally wakes up. Will he get to Sonny in time? For someone as meticulous and calculated as Jason Morgan, his lack of interest in Natalia Ramirez's past has been suspicious, to say the least. Over the years, Jason has always been the first to investigate, interrogate, and ensure that anyone entering Sonny's life posed no threat. So why hasn't he done the same for Natalia? Maybe Jason has been distracted. Maybe his recent return to Port Charles has kept him too occupied to see the warning signs. But that's all about to change. Soon, Jason is going to stumble upon a truth that could shake the entire Corinthos operation to its core. Natalia isn't just a new love interest for Sonny, she's a ticking time bomb. The moment Jason finds out about her history with Jen Sidwell, everything will shift. The mission will become clear. He has to convince Sonny to sever ties before it's too late. But Sonny isn't known for taking orders, even from Jason. If he believes Natalia's love is genuine, if he's convinced that she's not a threat, will he refuse to listen to Jason's warnings? And if he does, what will Jason do next? Final thoughts. The danger has only just begun. The stakes have never been higher in Port Charles. Sonny Corinthos is more vulnerable than he's ever been, Jen Sidwell is lurking in the shadows, and Jason Morgan is racing against time to uncover the truth. Will Sonny realize the danger before it's too late? Is Natalia truly innocent, or is she part of Sidwell's grander plan? Can Jason save Sonny from making a fatal mistake? One thing is certain, General Hospital is about to explode with drama, and you do not want to miss a second of it. That's it for today, guys. What do you think? Should Sonny believe Natalia, or is she leading him into a trap? Next, we have some exciting General Hospital updates to discuss, and this one is all about the fan-favorite character, Lucky Spencer. Whether you've been watching GH for years or just tuning in now, Lucky is a name that carries weight in Port Charles. However, the latest developments surrounding Jonathan Jackson's portrayal of Lucky have left fans with plenty of questions. Why did he leave? When will he return? And how will his temporary replacement, Guy Wilson, handle the intense scenes ahead? Let's break it all down. Jonathan Jackson's surprising exit and his whereabouts. Fans were stunned when General Hospital announced that Jonathan Jackson would be stepping away from his role as Lucky Spencer, leaving viewers wondering if and when he would return. His departure came just as Lucky's storyline was reaching a pivotal moment, adding even more mystery to his exit. But where did Jonathan Jackson go, and what is he up to? Jackson recently took to Instagram to share an update with his fans, explaining that he is currently in Tennessee and showing his support for a cause close to his heart, the Gorey Ireland Night Run, a 5 km fundraiser for hospice care held in Wexford, Ireland. Although Jackson is participating remotely, his commitment to the community remains strong. For those who may not know, Jackson and his family moved to Ireland in 2020 and have since built a life there. His connection to the country runs deep, and his love for Ireland has been evident in his public posts and support for various events. While this departure from GH is only temporary, fans can't help but wonder when he'll make his grand return. Lucky Spencer's life hangs in the balance. Will he survive? The timing of Jackson's exit couldn't have been more dramatic. In the current storyline, Lucky Spencer's life is in grave danger, leaving fans gripping their seats with anticipation. As the storyline unfolds, Dr. Portia Robinson and Dr. Isaiah Gannon have taken charge of Lucky's case, working tirelessly to save his life. Cyrus Renaud, ever the villain, has left Lucky in critical condition, and the tension in the hospital is palpable. The big question now is whether Lucky will make it through this ordeal. With Elizabeth Weber by his side, fighting for him every step of the way, the stakes are higher than ever. Will love and determination be enough to bring him back? Enter Guy Wilson, the actor stepping in as the temporary recast for Lucky Spencer. Fans are eager to see how he will handle this pivotal role, particularly in the emotionally charged scenes with Elizabeth and Cyrus. Will Wilson be able to capture the essence of Lucky the way Jonathan Jackson has for years? The iconic love story of Lucky and Elizabeth, A Second Chance? For longtime General Hospital viewers, Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Weber hold a special place in their hearts. Their love story, filled with youthful romance, heartbreak, and years of history, has remained one of the most cherished relationships in GH history. Now, with Lucky's return, albeit temporarily portrayed by Wilson, fans are hoping for a rekindling of their love story. The chemistry between them has always been undeniable, and many are eager to see if they can rebuild what they once had. Will this near-death experience be the push they need to find their way back to each other? Or will past wounds, trust issues, and the weight of history keep them apart? One thing is for sure, Lucky and Elizabeth's story is far from over. Jonathan Jackson's return to GH, when will it happen? While Jonathan Jackson's exit from General Hospital has left fans concerned, there's a silver lining: his departure is not permanent. Given his deep ties to the character of Lucky and his undeniable popularity among fans, it's only a matter of time before he makes his way back to Port Charles. The question isn't if, it's when. Will he return just in time for a dramatic twist in Lucky's storyline? Could he swoop in at a crucial moment to reclaim his place in the Spencer legacy? Or will GH hold off on his return until a major event shakes Port Charles to its core? For now, we can only wait and watch. But one thing is certain: Jonathan Jackson will always be Lucky Spencer in the eyes of his fans. Final thoughts: what's next for Lucky Spencer? As we continue watching General Hospital, we have a lot to look forward to. Will Lucky survive his latest ordeal? How will Guy Wilson's portrayal stack up against Jonathan Jackson's legendary performance? Will Lucky and Elizabeth finally find their way back to each other? And most importantly, when will Jonathan Jackson make his return? There's no doubt that Lucky's storyline is one of the most intense arcs we've seen in a long time. With his future hanging in the balance and new twists emerging every day, we can't wait to see where GH takes us next. That's it for today, guys. What do you think about Jonathan Jackson's departure? Do you think Guy Wilson will do the role justice? And when do you predict Lucky will return to Port Charles? Next, we're diving into one of the hottest topics in General Hospital right now. Elizabeth Weber and the much-deserved attention actress Rebecca Herbst should be getting on the show. If you've been keeping up with the latest episodes, you know exactly why fans are demanding more screen time for her. From heart-stopping performances to unforgettable emotional depth, Herbst continues to prove why she's a cornerstone of Port Charles. But will the writers finally give her the recognition she deserves? Let's break it all down. The call for more screen time, fans speak out. If there's one thing General Hospital fans can agree on, it's that Rebecca Herbst is an absolute powerhouse. Over the years, she has delivered some of the most compelling performances on daytime television, yet many believe that her talent is being severely underutilized. And the fans are not staying silent about it. Social media has exploded with passionate discussions about how much more Elizabeth Weber's character deserves to be in the spotlight. One viewer commented, "Stellar acting here. It's a shame that #GH continues to tragically underuse the brilliantly understated powerhouse that is Rebecca Herbst. She is a leading lady in every sense of the word, sadly TPTB choose to ignore it in favor of ham-fisted shrillness. Another added, Elizabeth/Rebecca is an amazing actor as is Cyrus/Jeff. GH needs to stop bringing her down with Lucky. She's an independent woman who shouldn't have to carry a man. She deserves better. These passionate responses echo the sentiment of countless fans who believe that Elizabeth has outgrown the supporting roles she's been given and should once again be a leading force in Port Charles. Elizabeth's most recent standout performance, a scene to remember. During a pivotal episode of General Hospital, Cyrus Renaud finally gave Elizabeth some long-awaited answers that she and Lucky had been chasing for what felt like an eternity. But while the information itself was crucial to the plot, what truly stood out was Rebecca Herbst's breathtaking performance. From the moment Elizabeth confronted Cyrus, the tension was palpable. Herbst's ability to convey vulnerability, fear, and determination all at once was nothing short of masterful. Fans watching the scene felt every ounce of her internal conflict, her desperation for the truth, and her instinct to protect those she loves. One fan perfectly summed up the experience, "Wow. Amazing acting. Love Becky. She totally had me freaking out for her safety while attempting to remain as calm as possible, understand and placate Cyrus." This was not just another scene. It was a reminder of why Elizabeth Weber remains one of the most beloved characters in GH history. But the real question is, will the writers finally take notice? Why Rebecca Herbst deserves more than a supporting role. Let's be honest, Elizabeth Weber is a legacy character, and General Hospital would not be the same without her. She has been a core part of Port Charles for decades, evolving from a rebellious teenager into a strong, independent woman who has survived more trauma and heartbreak than most characters on the show combined. Yet, despite her deep history and unmatched presence on screen, she has often been pushed to the sidelines in favor of newer, less established characters. Why? Many fans speculate that the writers have been hesitant to center major storylines around Elizabeth, opting instead to position her in supporting roles, especially in relationships where she often has to carry the man rather than stand on her own. While romance has always been part of GH, it should not define Elizabeth's entire character arc. She has proven time and time again that she doesn't need to be dependent on any man to be compelling. So the big question remains, will the writers finally let Elizabeth step into the spotlight where she belongs? What's next for Elizabeth Weber? While General Hospital has yet to confirm any major upcoming storylines centered around Elizabeth, there is a glimmer of hope. With the recent shift in focus back to legacy characters, there's a strong chance that we will see Elizabeth stepping into a more prominent role again. What could that look like? A long overdue leading storyline. Maybe it's time for Elizabeth to be at the center of a major plot that doesn't revolve around her relationships but rather showcases her strength, intelligence, and personal growth. A new challenge. Whether it's a shocking medical case, a dark secret from her past, or a power struggle within the hospital, there are endless ways to develop her character. A redemption arc for Lucky. If Lucky Spencer is set to return, their dynamic could shift into something truly compelling, not about fixing him, but about Elizabeth finally demanding the love and respect she deserves. A showdown with Cyrus Renaud. If Cyrus is sticking around, Elizabeth's fight against him could grow more intense, giving Herbst the dramatic material she excels at. But as always, the only way to find out is to keep tuning in. Final thoughts? Will GH finally give Elizabeth Weber the storyline she deserves? There's no denying that Rebecca Herbst has been carrying this role with brilliance for decades. Fans have spoken, and the message is clear. It's time for General Hospital to give Elizabeth Weber the attention and respect she deserves. Will she get more screen time? Will the writers give her a leading role once again? Or will GH continue to sideline one of their most talented and beloved actresses? One thing is certain, the fans will not stop fighting for her place in the spotlight. That's it for today, guys. What do you think? Should General Hospital do more with Elizabeth's character? Do you want to see Rebecca Herbst get the screen time she deserves? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on all things GH. See you next time. Police car light fire.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.